Welcome to all students. Myself, Om Prakash Godara, Assistant Professor Crop Physiology, Department Faculty of Agriculture and Veterinary Science, Jyoti Vidyapith, Women University, Jaipur. Today, we discuss about plant growth regulators. Plant growth regulators or phytohormones are organic substances produced naturally in high plants, controlling growth or other physiological functions at a site removed from its place of productions and active in minute amounts. Mainly इनका जो productions है वो other space पे होता है और उनका mainly जहाँ effects जो होता है small quantity के अंदर other parts के अंदर ये transfer होते हैं और वहाँ mainly जो plant की physiological growth है उसको affect करने का काम करते हैं. Thymonin 1948 firstly proposed the term phytohormones as these hormones are synthesized in plant. Plant growth regulator include auxins, gibberellin, cytokinin, ethylene, growth retardant, and growth inhibitors. Auxins are the hormones first discovered in plants, and later gibberellin and cytokinin were also discovered. Hormones and endogenous compounds which is synthesized one sides of plant transported to other sites where it exerts a physiological effect in very low concentrations. But ethylene gases natures exert a physiological effect only at near a site where it is synthesized. Classified definitions of hormones does not apply to ethylenes. Plant growth regulator defined as organic compounds other than nutrients that affect the physiological process of growth and developments in plants when applied in low concentrations, defined as either natural or synthetic compounds that are applied directly to a target plant to alter its life cycle or its process, its structure, and to improve quality, increase yield, or facilitate harvesting. Plant hormones, when correctly used, it restricted to naturally occurring plant substances are fall into five classes: auxin, gibberellin, cytokinin, abscisic acids, and ethylene. Plant growth regulators include synthetic compounds as well as natural occurring hormones. Plant growth hormones, the primary site of actions of plant growth hormones at the molecular level remains unresolved. Regions, each hormones produce a great variety of physiological response. Several of these responses to different hormones frequently are similar. The response of a plant or plant part to plant growth regulators may vary with the variety of the plants. Even a single variety may respond differently depending on its age, environmental conditions, and physiological state of development, especially in natural hormones contents and state of nutrition. There are always exceptions for a general rule, suggesting the action of specific growth regulators on plants. There are several proposed mode of actions in each class of plant hormones with substantial arguments for and against each mode. Hormones, mainly auxins substance, generally resembles indoleacetic acid and has the ability to stimulate the elongations of cholesterol. Gibberellins are diterpenoids which have the ability to elongate the stem of green seedling, especially certain dwarf and rosette types. Cytokinin usually substitutes adenines, which resembles G18, natural occurring cytokinin in GMH, and have the ability to stimulate cytokinin in cultures of tobacco cells. Ethylene gases regulators that stimulate is dimetric growth in the apice of dicot seedling. Inhibitors are regulators of growth which originally depress the plant growth. Auxin are a group of phytohormones produced in the shoot and root apex and they migrates from the apex to the zone of elongations. Auxin promote the growth along the longitudinal axis of plant and hence the name auxins to grow. Auxins का मतलब होता है to grow. The term auxins was introduced by Koch and Hagen Smith 1931 when 1928 isolated auxins from Avena coleoptils tips by methods called Avena coleoptils or curvature test and concluded that no growth can occur without auxins. Auxins are widely distributed throughout the plants. However, abundant in growing tips such as coleoptile tips, bud, root tips, and leaves. Indole acid is the only naturally occurring auxin in plants. The synthetic auxins include indole butyric acid, naphthalene acetic acid, methyl ester naphthalene acetic acid, 2-methyl 4-chlorophenoxyacetic acid, and 2,3,5 triiodobenzoic acid, 2,4-D, 2,4-dichlorophenoxyacetic acid. etc. are synthetic oxygens. Natural oxygens may occur in the form of either free oxygens, which freely move, diffuse out the plant's tissue rapidly, or bound oxygens, which are released from the plant tissue only after hydrolysis, photolysis, or enzymolysis. Physiological effect of oxygen. Mainly different physiological roles of oxygens. Firstly, cell divisions and elongation. The primary physiological effect of oxygens are cell divisions and cell elongations in the source. It is important in the secondary growth of stems and differentiations of xylem and phloem tissue. Apical dominance in many plants. If the terminal buds is intact and growing, the growth of lateral buds just below it remains suppressed. Removal of the apical buds result in the rapid growth of lateral buds. This phenomena in which the apical bud dominates over the lateral buds and does not allow the lateral buds to grow is known as apical dominance. Cook and Thymanens 1948 pointed out that the apical dominance might be under the control of oxygens produced at the terminal buds and which is transported downward through the stems to the lateral buds and hinders the growth. The removed the apical buds and replaced it with agar blocks, the resultant in rapid growth of lateral buds. But when they replaced the apical buds with agar block containing oxygens, the lateral bud remains suppressed and did not grow. After that, root initiations, it can, in contrast of stems, mainly the higher concentration of oxygen inhibit the elongations of root, but the number of lateral roots is considerably increased. Higher concentration of oxygens induce more lateral branch. Application of IAA in lanolin paste. Lanolin is a soft fat prepared from wool and is good solvent for oxygens. To the cut end of young stems result in an early and extensive rooting. This fact is of great practical importance and has been widely utilized to promote root formations in economically useful plants, which are propagated by cuttings. Prevention of abscission. Natural oxygen prevent the formations of abscission layer, which may otherwise result in the fall of leaves, flower, and fruits. It use also parthenocarpy. Oxygen can induce the formation of parthenocarpic fruit formations without pollinations and fertilizations. In parthenocarpic fruit, the concentrations of oxygen in ovaries is high than in the ovaries of plant which produce fruit only after fertilizations. In the latter case, the concentrations of the oxygen in various increase after pollinations and fertilizations. It also involves respirations. Oxygen stimulates respirations, and there is a correlation between oxygen-induced growth and respirations. Oxygen may increase the rate of respirations indirectly through increased supply of ATP by rapidly utilizing ATP in the expanding cells. Callus formations. Besides cell elongations, oxygen may also be active in cell divisions. In many tissue cultures, where the callus growth is quite normal, the continued growth of such callus take place only after the additions of oxygen. Eradications of feed. Some synthetic oxygens, especially 2,4-D and 2,4,5-T, are useful in eradications weeds at higher concentrations. Flowering and sex excretions. Oxygen generally inhibit flowering, but in pineapples and lettuce, it promotes uniform flowering. Distributions of oxygen in plants. Mainly in plants, oxygen is synthesized in growing tips or meristematic regions from where it is transported to other plant parts. Hence, the highest concentrations of indoleacetic acid is found in growing shoot tips, young leaves, and developing auxiliary shoots. In monopod seedling, the highest concentrations of oxygen is found in coleoptile tip, which decrease progressively toward its base. In dicot seedling, the highest concentration is found in growing regions of shoot, young leaves, and developing auxiliary shoots. Within the plants, oxygen may present in two forms, free oxygen and bound oxygen. Free oxygens are those which are easily accepted various organic solvents such as diethyl ether. But bound oxygens, on the other hand, need more drastic methods such as hydrolysis, autolysis, enzymolysis, etc. For extraction of oxygen-bound oxygens occur in plants or complex with carbohydrates such as glucose, arabinose, or sugar, alcohol, or proteins, amino acids such as aspartates, glutamates, and with inositol. Biosynthesis of oxygen in plants. Thymanon's 1935 found that an amino acid, tryptophan, is converted into indole 3 acetic acid. Tryptophan is the primary precursor of indole acetic acids. Indole acetic acids can be formed from tryptophan by two different pathways. First, by deaminations of tryptophan to form indole 3 pyruvic acids, followed by decarboxylation to form indole 3 acetaldehydes. The enzymes involved are tryptophans, deaminations, and indole pyruvate decarboxylates, respectively. By decarboxylations of tryptophans to form tryptamines, followed by deaminations of form indole 3 acetaldehydes, and the enzyme involved are tryptophan decarboxylates and tryptamine oxidase, respectively. Indole 3 acetaldehyde can readily be oxidized to indole 3 acetic acids in the presence of indole 3 acetaldehyde dehydrogenase. Transport of oxygen in plants. Mainly, the transport of oxygen is predominantly polar. In stems, polar transport of oxygen is basipetal. It takes place from apex towards base. Polar transport of oxygen is inhibited by 2,3,5 triiodobenzic acids and naphthalene thalamic acids (NPA). The substances are called as antioxidants. Destructions or inactivations of oxygen in plant. Oxygen is destructed by the enzymes IAA oxidase in the presence of O2 by oxidations. After that, it conversion in 3-methyl oxyindoles plus relieve S2 and CO2. Rapid inactivations may also occur by irradiations with X-rays and gamma rays. UV lights also reduce oxygen levels in plants. Inactivations or decompositions of IA by light has been called as photooxidations. Mechanism of oxygen actions. IA increase the plasticity of cell walls so that cell stretch easily in response to trigger pressures. It has been suggested that IAA act upon DNA to influence the production of mRNA. The mRNA codes for specific enzyme responsible for expansions of cell walls. Recent evidence indicate that IA indole acid increase oxidative phosphorylations in respirations and enhance oxygen uptake. The growth stimulations might be due to increased energy supply, and it also demonstrated that oxygen-induced productions of ethylene in plants. Gibberellins, a Japanese scientist, Kurosawa, found that rice seedling infected by fungus Gibberella fujikuri grow taller and turn very thin and pale. An active substance was isolated from infected seedling and named as gibberellins. Biosynthesis of gibberellin in plants. The primary precursor for the formations of gibberellin is acetate. Acetate plus coenzyme से एस्टाइल coenzyme से the formations होता है. एस्टाइल coenzymes mainly convert होता है मेवालोनिक एसिड्स के अंदर और मेवालोनिक जो एसिड्स है वो मेवालोनिक पायरोफॉस्फेट के अंदर कन्वर्ट होता है. फिर इसका जो कन्वर्जन है आइसोपेंट्री पायरोफॉस्फेट फिर गेरानिल पायरोफॉस्फेट गेरानिल पायरोफॉस्फेट लास्ट में कोरिन और इसके बाद में जो जिब्रेलिन है उसका फॉर्मेशन होता है. फिजियोलॉजिकल इफेक्ट ऑफ जिब्रेलिन्स. मेनली जो जिब्रेलिन्स है उसका फिजियोलॉजिकल इफेक्ट प्लांट के अंदर क्या क्या है. सीड जर्मिनेशन. सर्टेन लाइट सेंसिटिव सीड एग्जांपल लेट्यूस एंड टोबैको show poor germinations in dark. Germination start vigorously if these seeds are exposed to light or red lights. This requirement of light is overcome if the seeds are treated with gibberellic acid in dark. Dormancy of buds. In temperature regions, the buds formed in autumns until next spring due to the several colds. This dormancy of buds can be broken by gibberellin treatments. In potato also there is a dormant periods after harvest, but the applications of gibberellin sprout the prefer vigorously root growth. Gibberellin have little or no effect on root growth. At higher concentrations, some inhibitions of root growth may occur. The inhibitions of root is markedly inhibited by gibberellin in isolated cutting. Elongations of internodes. The most pronounced effect of gibberellins on the plant's growth is the elongations of the internodes. Therefore, in many plants such as dwarf maize, etc., gibberellins overcome the genetic dwarfism. Bolting and flowering. In many herbaceous plants, the early periods of growth show rosette habits with short stems and small leaves. Under short days, the rosette habit is retains, while under long days, bolting occurs. The stem elongates rapidly and is converted into polar axis bearing flower primordia. This bolting can also be induced in such plants by the application of gibberellin, even under non-inductive short days. In Hyoscyamus niger along the plants, gibberellin treatments cause bolting and flowering under non-inductive short days, while in long day plants, the gibberellin treatments usually result in early flowering. In short day plants. Its affect the quiet variables. It may